The 2026 season is like a fresh start for your favorite racing teams. We're talking about some serious changes, not just a new paint job, but a whole technical makeover. Ever wondered how it would feel if racing cars were shorter, thinner, and lighter? Well, get ready because that's exactly what's on the horizon. The engines are getting an upgrade too. We're talking about cutting-edge stuff, but the FIA wants to keep things fair. They don't want teams to jump the gun and start developing for these changes too soon. So they're introducing some rules to keep everyone in check. Why are these changes happening, and how will they affect your favorite teams? The last time they threw this kind of curveball was back in 2014. That year, Mercedes stole the show with their genius move, a split turbo. It was like their secret weapon, setting them apart from the other engine designs. Mercedes' engine was so darn good that they had to dial down its power for most of the 2014 season. Why do you ask? Well, they were afraid the FIA would step in and change the rules just to level the playing field. Now, as we look ahead to 2026, it's got us wondering, what kind of engine magic will teams pull out of their hats this time? The game plan is to align more with the future of regular cars, the ones we drive on the streets. So it goes like this: more electric vibes and renewable fuels. Guess what? The big shots at Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault, Honda, Red Bull, Ford, and Audi are all giving a nod to these plans. With the whole auto industry buzzing around electric power, it's no wonder they're on board. Now, let's talk about tech. The MGU key unit, the powerhouse behind the scenes, is getting a serious upgrade. It's going from 120 kilowatt to a whopping 350 kilowatt. That's 3 times the power. That's a real boost. They're also kicking the MGUH unit to the curb. Why? Because it was a bit too pricey and complicated, making it hard for new players to join the racing scene. Out with the old, in with the cost-efficient. But wait, there's more. The engines in 2026 are going green, running on 100% sustainable fuels. The season is also bringing some serious weight loss goals for the cars. Forget about lugging around 100 kilos of fuel. The target is a leaner 70 kilos. That means shedding some serious pounds and making those cars feel lighter than ever. The current F1 cars tip the scales at a whopping 798 kilograms. But with the new engines and some clever counter moves, we're looking at breaking the 800 kilogram barrier. First on the agenda is trimming down by at least 20 kilograms, and who knows, they might shave off even more as the rules evolve. But wait, there's more to this transformation. The width reduction from 200 cm to 190 cm, and a shorter wheelbase, going from 360 cm to at least 340 cm. Now, with all these changes on the horizon, some teams were thinking of hitting pause or slowing down on their current car development. Imagine, they might have stopped tweaking their 2024 rides halfway through the season and shifted all their energy to the 2026 models. Why? Well, there's this budget cap thing and limits on how much testing teams can do. Teams could get a serious edge over others by splurging their budget and testing resources on crafting those 2026 cars starting from 2024. If one team, say Red Bull, is totally killing it in 2024, other teams might just throw in the towel for the rest of the 2025 season. They'd stick with their current cars, let Red Bull take the win, and hope to blow everyone's mind with a killer car in 2026. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Red Bull, if they're feeling super confident, might decide to focus more on the 2026 car and not bother too much with the current rules. This could give them a head start in development, leaving others playing catch-up. But the FIA swooped in like superheroes and made sure nobody plays favorites. They put their foot down. Everyone kicks off their 2026 car development at the same time. Fair play, right? Now, some ground rules are in place. Teams can't dive into wind tunnel or computer simulations, CFD, work for the new spec cars until January 1st, 2025. This isn't the first time such an arrangement has been made. They did something similar before the last big rule change in 2022. Now, even though the technical regulations for 2026 isn't set in stone yet, teams kind of know the general direction. That means they could start tinkering with experimental work, gearing up for when the rules are all locked in. And there's a snippet from the sporting regulations drama. No testing aimed at preparing for the 2026 season from December 1st, 2023 until January 1st, 2025. It's a testing lockdown. They've got this thing called RWTT, Restricted Wind Tunnel Testing, which can only happen with a scale model following the 2023, 2024, or 2025 F1 technical regulations. Also, no peeking into 2026 CFD simulations until the end of 2024. Also, say goodbye to the alternative tire allocation. It's out of the picture. And there's good news for tire testing enthusiasts. Teams now get 40 days instead of 35 for Pirelli tire testing. But they can do it any time of the year, not just during a specific period between the first race and December 15th. Now, let's talk about wet weather races. There's this cool FIA project, dedicating 4 days to tackle the issue of spray during those rainy showdowns. This idea sparked from a bit of trial and error at Silverstone in July. The plan is to fine-tune spray reduction techniques and make sure drivers can actually see where they're going. A new street circuit in Madrid might take the spotlight as the host of the Spanish Grand Prix from 2026 onward. Barcelona's been the F1 home in Spain since 1991, but it looks like the scene is shifting. The proposed street track around Madrid's IFEMA Convention Center, next to Real Madrid's training ground, is getting the rumor mill buzzing. While Barcelona has a contract until 2026, F1 has already trademarked the name Formula One Madrid Grand Prix. Now, here's a plot twist in the F1 saga. Beyond 2026, there's a chance, just a chance, that we might see not one, but 2 races in Spain. But let's be real, that seems pretty unlikely, according to the grapevine. So Madrid, if everything falls into place, could snag a 10-year contract starting in 2026. But hold your horses. What about Barcelona's deal with the F1 circus? It's a bit fuzzy. There's some mystery about how and why the final year of Barcelona's deal might vanish into thin air. Here's one theory floating around. In 2026, we could witness a rare double feature with 2 Spanish Grand Prix. Back in the day, alongside the familiar Barcelona track, Valencia hosted a street circuit race around the docks. They called it the European Grand Prix, and it ran from 2008 to 2012. Back in March, F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali spilled the beans that Madrid officials were indeed cooking up plans to host an F1 race. He mentioned the excitement of having multiple contenders for hosting races, praising the global surge in F1's popularity. Domenicali, who knows the Spanish racing scene well, having worked with Fernando Alonso, highlighted the growing interest in Spain, both for Alonso and Carlos Sainz. Now here's a little history for you. Madrid last had an F1 Grand Prix back in 1981 at the Yama circuit. But pray the nostalgia, because the new venue promises to be a sleek and modern addition to the F1 calendar. However, not everyone in the fan base is doing cartwheels of joy. Street circuits, which seem to be popping up more often, haven't been a fan favorite. The Madrid circuit concept has been cooking for a while, led by Formula One and Liberty Media. The layout, planned even before it went public, aimed to be citywide, featuring Madrid's main areas, including the famous Real Madrid training ground. The original plan clocked in at around 5 kilometers. Fans scratched their heads over a roundabout included in the design, sparking a heated debate. In response, a new layout proposal quickly hit the scene, minus the contentious roundabout. Now, let's get your opinion. Do you think shifting the Spanish Grand Prix to a street circuit in Madrid is a slam dunk? Or should it stick to its historical home near Barcelona? And what about the 2026 testing ban, yay or nay? Do let us know in the comments section. Don't forget the like and subscribe button. We'll catch you all with more exciting content in the next video.